So the second place we snorkeled, I don't know the name of the place, but there was a sea turtle down there. Actually, there was two of them, and there was nothing else. It was very bare, dust-covered ground, and there was this beautiful sea turtle, and he was in pretty deep, but then he came up for air at one point, and wow, when he came out of the water, he was so beautiful. I put my head out and took off my glasses, my snorkel thing, and then my goggles, and then I could see him. And he was green with white spots, and I think there were little black lines around the white spots. And then he had these huge splotches on his back, as if, you had splashed paint and it had scattered in one, a third of the way. A third of the circumference of it had this big splash with all these lines going away. He had them all around his back, all going toward the outer edge. It was so beautiful. I was amazed at what we were seeing. And then after a while, other people started to be near me. I guess because I had this big orange float over my back, right? So they could, and I was staying in one position right above the turtle. So soon I saw all these bare legs around me with tattoos on them and such. And then I found that I was getting in the way of other people. Their fins were in me, so I tried to move away. And then another turtle came, and he came, and the two turtles, the second one was smaller. He came, and they were nose to nose, and the first one seemed to bite his mouth, and then the new turtle turned and went on farther away. And meanwhile, there were these fish, these long fish. They must have been over a foot long, and they were yellow. Very sort of a yellow-green, long yellow-green fish. And they were going under the edge of the shell. They kept going, and when he went up to the surface, they went up to the surface with him. There was one or two fish per turtle. One was yellow, and the other one was darker. So cool. At the first place we snorkeled, there were the fish that were there. There was a lot of thread fin butterfly fish, and the yellow, the one that's yellow with stripes that go in two directions, like a checkerboard, only they're at diagonals. And I saw that one again, but I saw other ones, and I saw this one that looks like a trout it's a yellow vertical stripes, yellow and dark, yellow dark, but not really dark. That was cool to see too. I want to identify these fish. The name of this kind of fish is the Latin name is Chateau d'Aune, and I don't know any more about it than that. Oscillating or something like that was the next word. Anyway, it was an amazing time, those two times, and now we're going to go back, I guess. We could go snorkeling at Gemmill Bay, but maybe I'll just go by myself there in the afternoon sometime. But that first place was at the shipwreck. That was the best place ever. It was really good. It was the best snorkeling I've seen so far in Bali. Like, it was really colorful. Not as colorful as the Red Sea, not like Aqaba, but it was they were huge. They were, enormous, like a meter across, corals. And they weren't just flat brain corals or flat, like yellow rocks, like some of them have been. These had very interesting. They were almost like, there was one that was black, and it was just like a branch, like a dead branch down deep, but it had lots of branches off of it, and it was kind of waving in a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I'm making a video about my fishing experience. In this boat we're in, which is I call it a spider spider boat. These are the coolest things. They are all the way on top of the water when you get back, but at the front they're sticking out. I suppose it depends on the weight and where the weight in the boat is. Shellac or something, I don't know what they're called. Anyway, you can look them up. Valley spider boats. Anyway, they use bamboo for the seats. There's a ridge that goes along that's narrower into the boat than the top, and it's the same as the rest of the boat. So it's like the top of this ridge, and they have slats. Maybe there's 10 slats, and they're connected together, and they're not. There's no curve to them. They're flat bamboo slats, and at the edges they're kind of rounded, and they fit perfectly across the interior of the boat on those shelves. It's a very interesting design. Let's see if I can show you one. Pretty cool, eh? The sun has gone away. It's cloudy, which is nice. There's a big cloud over the hill. Can't see Mount Agrippa or Agaya. I don't know what the name it is. Anyway, there's 2 mountains on this island. They're both volcanoes. We're pretty close to that person under the water. Came up over there. So I saw some, as we're going along, I saw some second story balconies, and they had this shade, and it was like a box that was open on one side, and it had, it was open on one whole side, and then the top half of the other sides, 2 sides. It was against the building. And I thought that was a cool design. It was made with bamboo slats across the top, and then railing-like slats around the sides, and then it had some thatching hanging over it. I have pictures of it, so I'll be able to look at it, but I'd like to make something like that when I get home, but I'm not sure what I'll use for like that kind of bamboo stuff. Maybe I can use cedar slats. They have to be long enough. I'll have to think about that. Anyway, oh, this is really cool. I really enjoy being out here. There's so many other of these spider boats. Wherever the snorkeling is good, there's a whole little group of these boats out in the water, and then people snorkeling nearby. I didn't see any divers. Divers would be somewhere else, I guess. But those 2 turtles are really amazing. And that first place at the Japanese shipwreck, which I guess is not a whole shipwreck anymore, and it might not even be Japanese, but it's only a small part of it remains. But the coral around there is amazing. Anyway, all right, talk to you later. Bye.